Good morning, St. Louis.
So you've been developing a TTRPG. We've talked about it before.
Yes.
Hi, team, by the way.
Hi.
I have been
You
redrawing...
didn't like my cold open?
No. I've been redrawing some of the stuff that you had sketched a million years ago.
Yeah, some of this... I've wanted to do my own TTRPG, like, since I first started D&D. I was like, oh, I want to make one of these. But, like, it was always just, like... I didn't want it to be just a rip-off of that. But,
Right.
you know... I think I finally have, like, a system that falls, like, right in the sweet spot that I like, between, like, rules heavy and, like, easy to get into.
We tested it out for your birthday.
Mm-hmm. We did the first playtest for my birthday, and it went really well.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, some of these doodles, like, go back to high school.
Yeah.
Look at that glow-up. Look at that. Look at what happens when an actual artist draws things.
You are also an artist.
That is a rectangle. That is a lighter. That is the difference. Like you have the hinge details on that. That's a couple of loopy doodles. Those are some squigglies. That's a manacle.
I had to look up a lot. I did a lot of weird searches, a lot of weird research to figure out what things actually look like.
We're already on the list, so...
That's fair. So...
Look at so gorgeous. All these are so gorgeous.
Well, thank you. And this was Skeleton Key. So I just kind of...
Yeah. Made it better.
Keyed it.
And all you did was improve upon.
And this is Bone Shield.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just showing the general idea of how I've been doing all these, where it starts out as kind of tracing what you have, and then figuring out from there, well, what do I actually want to change about this? What do I want to emphasize?
You take the core of the idea, and then you go, how would this be drawn by a good artist?
That's not what I say.
No, I understand.
Not what I say. I decided to make it a demon skull.
Of course.
And then, isn't it fun to have, like, one kind of chopped off horn?
Yeah, well, it's seen combat, so...
Yeah. And
You don't build a bone shield just to display on the mantle.
Well, that was a shield. And I thought about different kinds of bones and how I could arrange them.
Yeah.
And I felt a little... I don't want to say like a serial killer, but a little bit like a serial killer as I'm thinking about how to arrange bones in a way that's nice.
You're a necromantic artist.
That sounds better. I like that. And I did, the blob on top. I wanted...
Femur?
I wanted to have, like, a hip bone. Like a pelvis. Which I couldn't decide if I wanted it to be, like, the bottom part or like, a crown in back of the skull, and ultimately I decided crown in back of the skull.
Yeah.
And I'd shown you, and it was like, do you want me to move this lower or get rid of it because it's goofy? And you seem to agree with me.
I don't think it's goofy.
Yay, pelvis helmet.
Yeah.
Pelvis crown, I guess.
Some people are into that.
And I was looking at so many references trying to figure out, like, what does this actually look like? You know, when you have, like, a skeleton in a classroom, what are you actually looking at when you're looking at these bones?
I like how you made it so it could just be, like, one creature's bones.
Yeah. And that was my thought. You know, I figure a really big humanoid demon thing. So I thought about putting, like, feet, but they're all little tiny bones, and hands are little tiny bones.
Yeah, those aren't good for shields.
I don't know why I decided instead of going in a circle that you had, that I wanted it to be more symmetrical. But I did. And so that's what's going on here.
I could guess a couple of things.
So yeah, I'm thinking about it lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is what I was doing with every single thing. And how many objects do you think you had me draw?
Oh, I had dozens.
Many,
And also, but I do want to challenge you on the made you. You wanted to draw, and I said, well, we'll lead out for the TTRPG.
And I said yes.
Yeah, and that's, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, not made.
From then on, I couldn't stop you.
And you said there were going to be many more, too, so I'm prepared for that. So
Yeah.
we have the original, your sketch, and then what I came up with, and then I also did another version, just for funsies.
Ooh, nice.
And, yeah, so there will be more, and there will be a whole book of all of this, with rules and such.
Yes, if you're on the Discord as part of the Patreon, then you will get the betas as they're dropping.
And otherwise it'll be on Itch.io, right?
Otherwise, it'll be on Itch.io. When I have a release beta for then I'll be promoting it that way, and then we'll do a print when we hit version 1.
Yeah, and then there will be actual
Then there'll
books.
be a book.
Yeah, and probably downloadable too.
Of course, downloadable too.
So, rock on.
Rock on.